angry, Aussie, 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 angry, Aussie, Aussie, angry. Dance to some Sunday night theme tune. Brush my hair and it's all roofy. It always looks so weird. Definitely want to get a haircut sometime soon. Kept saying I was going to wait till November, thinking that was a long time away. Now we're halfway through November and I haven't had it done. I still got my ouchie. And it's still ouchie. And it's still annoying. Okay, I don't know if there's going to be people here. No, I was not going to make a cocktail video tonight, but maybe I will if it's a quiet night. We'll see if I get distracted by chat before. I'm just going to go to the bottom. Oh, it's a Sweet Louise. No, it's lime juice. We don't want to shake things. A Cuban Master. Sounds a bit kinky. Orange juice. Dr. Funk. I mean, I like the sound of that one. Hello, Strictly Sega. No, I'm not making. I'm not planning to make new. You know what I think I'm going to do first? I've been thinking about this. Having discovered that I mistranscribed the cocktail recipe for the Merry Widow, and I used sweet vermouth instead of dry vermouth, and it was in my top 10. I need to do a comparison. I need to do two side by side. Might wait till Friday night to do this, or it might even take longer. I might have other things on my mind. I am so far ahead with the long form videos. I just got to do some short ones. But yeah, I was going to do side by side sweet vermouth, dry vermouth versions. See which one I like more. And I mean, I like, dry vermouth cocktails. What's a Cameron? Tequila, mezcal, lemon juice, orgeat. Just a sort of mug. A waterproof watch. That's such a dorky name for a cocktail. A waterproof watch. Oh, no spirits. Dry vermouth, Amaro Montenegro, and a bittersweet aperitivo. So, yes, less alcohol than a lot of cocktails. What's that? Probably... depending what you use, between 1 and 2 standard drinks. So, I mean, still get you drunk. You had the home video show over today, ended up selling nearly all your DVDs and HD DVDs to him. Hell yeah. Made some room in the media room. Hey, Safa, how you doing? Yes, quite a reasonable amount of rain today, actually. Ghost of Smoky Joe. It's got a name I like. So what's that? Whiskey, dry vermouth, Benedictine, absinthe bitters, and float peated whiskey. Wait, did I not make that? That feels like something I made. That's very weird. Oh yeah, the chat. Jesus. Amazes me that I still manage to forget that sometimes. There we go. Taught you how to color grade videos. I'm really bad at color grading, as any professional who looked at my YouTube videos would know there. And this guy's not good at color grading. I know my editing software has some presets for color grading, and they do some in the style of famous filmmakers, which is quite interesting. You never thought about doing it before? I mean, I just try to color correct a bit. I literally just do a white balance, and usually actually bring up the intensity of the colors, like the saturation, and then some lighting adjustments, which barely counts as color grading doing that. It's just a little bit of correction because of my shitty lighting and whatnot. But yes, anyone who's professional about it would look at me askance. They would say, But then I would see some stuff that gets released. Like I watched that Amazon movie, Playdate, because it's got the big guy from Reacher in it, and I think he's funny. And it looks like it was meant to be a quite silly comedy. And it was somewhat entertaining, but holy shit, it's just technically amateurish editing. Yes, I did watch it on Plex. Should we say editing like of car chases and action sequences, and the shots don't match up. Like, what the fuck? Can you not even be bothered to make your edits match up? Like you get a sequential shot is not connected to the previous shot. It's and it happens a lot. It's not good. And I literally saw there was one shot where these three characters, there are all these characters dressed in military. You get in some action films, special forces guy wear like a skull mask. And three of them came out at one point, and one of them already had the mask pulled out, because there's a whole bunch of them, and sometimes they had the mask on, and sometimes they'd pull the mask down in a dramatic way. And there was this three shot, and when it opened, one of them had the mask down and the other two had it up, and there was a cut back to your protagonist, and then a cut back to these three, and then none of them had the mask on, and all three of them pulled it down. And I was just like, who does that? How did you not get such a glaring continuity error? It's just like, God, it's just fucking lazy, because they just made it for Prime. And they went, and it's like, it's almost like if they're in the editing stage, they're like, oh, fuck, man, this doesn't match up. And it's like, yeah, who gives a shit? It's just going on Prime. You watched Deathstalker. I'm unaware of a new Deathstalker or an old Deathstalker. A remake of the old 80s one. There you go. And I did watch the first half of Barry Lyndon. I watched it up to intermission, because it literally divides the film in half. And you're right about it being slow moving, and it's kind of like, oh, yeah, okay, everyone's excited. You lit these scenes with candles. Okay, and they do look nice, the scenes lit with candles. Weird fucking movie, though. Anyway, Landman. I never watched Landman. I started to get sick of that guy's stuff, because he's always just putting his propaganda into it. It's fine. If I did stuff, I would put propaganda into it. What's his name? Taylor Sheridan has got like 1 million shows. Yellowstone's probably the most successful. And it's very interesting, because sometimes I think he's a sly propagandist, and sometimes I think he's a pathetically obvious propagandist. Like, for instance, okay, what he regularly does in his shows. Hey, Greg, by the way, what he regularly does in his shows, like the action or dramatic shows, and he'll cast women in strong roles, non-white people, queer people. He's got a real hard-on for the plight of Native Americans. That's across a few of them. And then he'll just throw in these reactionary things like a, doctor character who's a pediatrician, pediatric oncologist, so deals with kids with cancer, and suffers because he's working with kids who are dying and whatnot. So he's above reproach. You can't criticize him. And randomly in one scene, he just tells his kid, "There's no such thing as transgender, and you're stupid if you think so." And she's like, "Okay, we're just throwing that in." Okay, and there's a prequel series to Yellowstone. So the grandparents of the characters from Yellowstone, called 1927 or something. I forget which year it is. And there's one character, I don't know, as a kid on a train, he's reading a book. I think he's reading a book about General Custer, and the kid's saying something about Custer being a hero, and you no, 1888 is a prequel. 1888 is the grandparents of the people who were in 1928. I think maybe it's 1928. But yeah, 1888 is a prequel. And that all leads up to the other. But anyway, so this kid's saying Custer's a hero, and the gruff He-Man adventurer character in it goes like, Custer was a piece of shit and a real asshole. And the kid goes, "Oh, they told us at school he was a hero who was great at everything." He goes, "Yeah, well, don't believe what they tell you in school." And it's like, okay, he's throwing in that particularly American, but sort of broadly conservative talking point that schools are propagandizing to kids, which they are. But he makes it with a conservative falsehood. He goes, "This line preached by conservative pro, great expansion, white people should own America stuff." He casts that as a lie, and it is a lie. So it's like, okay, that's kind of sly propaganda by saying, schools indoctrinate kids, but gives the example of conservative indoctrination. So I think he's trying to mess with people's heads, but I also don't think he's as clever as you think he is. And I also want to go back and watch, I don't know that it was his first movie, but it was an early one, Hell or High Water, which I really liked at the time. And go back and see if I still like it. I mean, I think I will. But yeah, the way he just propagandizes really heavily. And I've not watched any of Landman. I have heard people say, like, yeah, he just randomly throws untrue anti-renewable propaganda, pro fossil fuel propaganda. And it's like, I probably don't need more of Taylor Sheridan's propagandizing in my media diet. Oh, I fucking hurt myself sleeping again. I woke up and it felt like I pulled a muscle right here into my back. And so if I grimace or make pained noises for no apparent reason, it's because the pain goes all the way around here to my back. Like I fucking pulled a muscle sleeping. And I'm not joking. I didn't do anything strenuous. I didn't feel it during the day or whatnot. I just woke up this morning going, what the fuck? So yes, I am going to randomly grimace and make pained noises because of pain. This is still annoying. Oh my God, I undid this today because I really wanted to. Yeah, no, I slept wrong. That's exactly what happened, Charlie. I slept wrong. So how did you injure yourself? I injured myself by being old. I injured myself in my sleep. I wanted to see how this was going. The finger is still wonky, still not the right shape. But I left it out and didn't move it for a couple of hours. And he is massaging this finger a lot because the uninjured finger was really sore and cramped from being constrained in there. So I spent a lot of time bending and flexing and massaging the uninjured finger, trying to get it back to normal. Wasn't stinky because there's no wound and there's no sort of ointment or anything. It's just a dry bandage. The weirdest thing was because the fingers have been pressed together for a week, there was like a groove indented in both fingers where they were pushed up against each other. And that took like an hour to go away and get back to normal. But the finger is still wonky. Definitely. It is not the right shape and I can't bend it. So I don't know, in another week or so, I will go see a GP and see what they say about it, if it's healing right. Or am I going to have another crooked finger like that one? And be like, yeah. Oh, okay. And I grimaced in pain because I turned around because I was going to get my I was going to get the Death Encode book, but why not the PDT book? Please don't tell. Let it be. I've got that bookmarked. Okay, how do they order these again? The recipes. Are they just literally? Yeah, they're just literally in alphabetical order. Cameron's Kick, that's a classic. Caipirinha, Caprice. Donizetti. I'm basically just looking for an interesting whiskey cocktail. I'm going to make it a Diamondback, rye whiskey, apple brandy, yellow chartreuse. I think that's the winner. I think I've got apple brandy. All right, I'm going to quickly just make it in the glass. A Diamondback, which I think is a reference to another drink called a rattlesnake. Wait, I'm just doing it because my Infinity whiskey that I made so much of and barrel aged. Okay. Also getting yellow chartreuse. Which one's this? This green chartreuse is almost finished. Yellow chartreuse still going strong. Okay. Taste that herbal goodness. Made by monks, so it must be good for you. It's got Jesus in it. You know what? I am going to do a different brandy. I'm going to do Christmas brandy because it's here. Oops. Okay. Yellow chartreuse in the glass. There we go. Ugh. Ooh. I've bought that Christmas brandy from the Bass and Flinders distillery for the last couple of years, and it's a little bit exy. It's very good. But I also think I can make my own. I think that was Charlie's favourite that I sent, the spiced brandy. Spiced something. So I should make my own from now on. Okay. I was booking some things for weekend away with Mrs. Angry. Oh, nice. I got 2 without cheating, which is only a few weeks away now. Is it 3 weeks away? So let me look at a calendar. So it's not this week, this coming weekend, or the one after. It's the one after that. So in 3 weeks, I'm going to be away. So there'd be no Friday or Saturday or Sunday stream that week. Yeah, for Charlie's fave. It was the spiced brandy, wasn't it? Should send you the barrel-aged brandy old fashioned. It's got some real flavor happening in it. Okay, but this is a Diamondback. I wanted to do something apart from simple old fashioned. And so this is what I've come up with. Well, it's what someone else came up with. I didn't come up with it. Wait, did they say any bitters? I don't think they did. Let me see. Doo-doo. I love the artwork. She's got random artwork. It's inspired by the cocktail names. But that's bootleggers. What's that called? The Dry County cocktail. Tennessee whiskey, dry vermouth, ginger liqueur. The Diamondback. No bitters. According to Bottoms Up, the Diamondback hailed from the lounge of the same name in the Lord Baltimore Hotel. So they had a Diamondback bar in the hotel, and that was their house drink. Well, let's see if I like it. Love the spice brandy? Well, I'll maybe make some more of it. Okay. Oh yeah, that's good. Ooh, yeah. All right, liking that. Super fucking boozy. just all booze, not even alleviated with some sugar syrup. Just some sweet booze along with the whiskey. It's a serious drink, that one. Oh no, Strictly Saying had a stroke and he's face down on their keyboard. That's the cat. Okay. That's better than you having a stroke and falling face down on your keyboard. Oh, I do like chartreuse. It's just a supporting character in that, but it really comes through. Yeah, so that Christmas brandy, which as I said, is a little bit pricey, but good. But it's basically like my spiced brandy, and I can I can make it with cheaper brandy. Bit of a tight ass, I know, but sometimes that's just the way it is. Oh, fucking yum! Knock knock. Who's there? Carrie Hoog. I haven't had a knock knock joke for a while. Carry on up the Khyber? I don't know. Carry in these groceries is getting heavy. Can you get the door already? Oh, Jesus. That is a spectacular knock knock joke. In as much as it's terrible, which knock knock jokes should be. I think it's like that just makes me think of Carrie Ann Moss. I was watching someone's little video essay on YouTube about how the style of The Matrix was a really significant change in cinema. Like, super obviously bringing up bullet time and whatnot, but they're not wrong. And it kind of made me want to watch The Matrix again. Your son told you that one. Yep. That's a father-son joke. That one. It's great that he tells you jokes, actually. Gotta love that. Saf hasn't asked me what I had for dinner yet. I cooked up some mushroom, onion, and chicken in a sort of sun-dried tomato sauce and baked it, and it was super fucking yummy. And lunch, I actually had some stuff that young Mr. Angry made. He was making empanadas, and he just goes to so much more trouble with his cooking than me. So I stole some of his fixins for lunch to make an empanada. Yes, the Matrix was like a modernizing of Kung Fu films. Chicken Alfredo, nice. Yeah, I had some chicken, and I go, okay, I need to use this chicken. What I'm going to do, add some mushrooms. It's like choppy. Cook it all up. Yeah, I actually tossed up between, do I want this in a cream sauce or a tomato sauce? And I went for the tomato sauce. I regret nothing. It was very tasty. Well, I mean, it's several more meals. It's at least 2-3 more meals. Cook this big fucking thing of it, and cheese on top, and bake it, and it's fucking yum. What did I have last night? Last night I had one of my microwave thingies. Yeah, sun-dried tomato, and like they've got a bit of the oil in them, and it's just really intense tomato flavor. Because remember the 90s, sun-dried tomatoes were literally fucking everywhere in the 90s. They're still around, but they don't have the ubiquity they had in the 90s. Oh, sorry, yeah, no. My lad cooked it yesterday. I didn't have any of it. He cooked it. I had my own stuff. But then I went, yeah, you know what? I'm going to have some of it today. Yes, Biscoffs everywhere now. I need to do a video for my Biscoff milk clarified cocktail, because I did it not as a video, just thing, and it worked. So basically mixing Biscoff into milk, like heating up the milk so it'll be, and it's so then you got Biscoff milk, and you do the clarified cocktail, and you've got the Biscoff flavor into your cocktail. And it really worked. So it's good. That flavor, I think, is good for boozy cocktails, like old-fashioned style cocktails. So I might try to recreate the Four Pillars Malteser Falcon one, just with all the dessert flavors, like put in it was really good. I'm actually going to put a little bit of my spiced apple brown sugar syrup in it. It was good. I didn't put any sugar syrup in, but I think just with a little bit of the spiced apple brown sugar syrup would just make it super decadent, which I'm into. So it's basically going to be like whiskey, amaretto, chocolate liqueur, the spiced brown sugar syrup, and then mixed with Biscoff milk. The other thing I was going to do, and I actually did it once and it didn't really work, but in retrospect, I think I know how to make it work better. Basically, Biscoff infused brandy was what I was going for, because I was going to go, it's got to be one of the brown spirits. It's got to be brandy, rum, or whiskey. And for whatever reason, I thought brandy might do it. So it's basically, bottle of booze and put some scoops of Biscoff in it and, shake it and, leave it for a week or something. It was too thick and I couldn't filter it. But I realized what my mistake was, and I am pretty sure I can fix it. So I may also do that, make another attempt at that. Biscoff infused brandy. Yeah. Okay. Strictly say you're agreeing. Yeah. It was just because brandy's often the dessert spirit. So I just thought if we're doing it like this sugary stuff, brandy and Biscoff. Oh my God. Okay, that Diamondback is really good. So all the ingredients are good. The barrel aged Infinity whiskey is good. Yellow Chartreuse is good. The Christmas brandy is good. Man, I'm probably going to look up another one that just went so well. I'm very enamored of that one. Very tasty. Okay. Mrs. Angry doesn't have to go into the office this week, so I don't think I will tomorrow. And also just trying to move. My back is fucked. The reason I was going to experiment, I was going to do this one, the German honey liqueur I got recently because it was on special at Tans, Badenjäger. And they were like, why not just make a drink like a margarita and put Badenjäger in it? Make a hot toddy, put Badenjäger in it. Make it, the weirdest one is a mojito. Make a mojito and put Badenjäger in it. Their tea one sounds good though. Literally just like tea, lemon juice, ginger, and the Badenjäger. That just sounds kind of good. So you were doing music vids this morning and you did watch Deathstalker, watch it on Civic? Okay. Oh God. Yep. This is injury. The friggin', I haven't like hurt myself just by sleeping for a while, but fucking did. And it's just like, this is bullshit. Bullshit. So you think Rage post playlists? Oh, nice. Copy and paste the songs. Oh yeah, you very often get good playlists from Rage. Quite honestly, yes. Did I mention? I'm sure I did. I mentioned last night because one of the movies I watched on Plex was the Angel one with Keanu Reeves, Good Fortune, and I'm like, there's got to be an Australian my age working on that because two 80s pop songs from Australia that went into Ray's got a dildo for your mum. No, you've been away and you're not telling us about injuries in the rain not yesterday, the Saturday previous. I slipped and fucking swan dived into the gutter and dislocated my pinky. I knew you'd appreciate your mum reference. Oh yeah, that's what I like. Cultivated playlists where you get something that you weren't expecting and you haven't heard for years. Oh yeah, I don't know why that one popped into my head. They won't let my girlfriend talk to me, and as you sleuth, I remember at the time, yeah, it was written by Neil Finn or Tim Finn, and this is the whole thing with the studios. They played with it for a while, and they just went, "This doesn't seem like a Split Enz song," and Jimmy and the boys were on the same label as them, and they were like, "Hey fellas, this might suit you. Do you want to record this one?" And you can get videos on YouTube of Tim Finn performing it live, actually. Oh, dude. Okay, here's the thing. This was definitely the worst fall of my life. It was, for a moment, it was fucking terrifying because stepping up onto the gutter and it's really wet, the first foot slipped. And then the second foot, I lunged, but the second foot, the toe hit the gutter and so like tripped me. And I felt like I didn't just fall. I felt like I really aggressively dived face first into the footpath. I slightly banged up my face. I was really worried I'd fucked up my teeth because I really felt my face hit the thing. And I thought I tasted blood. It was just a little bit of contusion on the inside of my lip. It wasn't even really bleeding. I could just taste it. So I had red marks on my face for a little while. I banged my knee, it scraped this sand a bit, and like had a bruise on this. But yeah, and then I was like, oh fuck. And my son was there because I was helping him move, and I managed to freak him out because it was a really spectacular fall. And then I just lay there because I was like, fuck this. And I was literally lying in a puddle face down. I think I was just saying out loud, fuck this, and blowing bubble. Anyway, I got up and I was like, oh, Jesus. And I was quite disoriented. Like, again, I was worried, have I concussed myself? Because it did. And I'm not sure how long it took me, but I looked at my hand and like it wasn't hurting. The adrenaline was just coursing through my body. And the finger was just like not right. The angle it was on, I was like, that's not right. So I went to an urgent care clinic and waited 2 hours and then got an x-ray. And went, yep, that middle joint is dislocated as fuck. Buddy splintered it. Oh yeah, okay. I learned I'm not doing the moving. I was just driving. He was having trouble getting a vehicle. I literally said to him, I'd rather kick in and help you pay for a removalist. It came to the last day and I said, look, if you're having trouble getting someone, I'll bring my car over, but you have to do literally all the loading and unloading, because I did this for your sister 6 months ago. And over 2 days, I don't know, I did like 6 or 8 trips or something, and loading, unloading. And I was kind of fucked for months afterwards. I was just so, and this is a COVID thing as well, really prone to fatigue. But it took me months to recover from that. I don't really get the fatigue anymore now, which is nice. Mrs. Angry is a better gauge of it than me. But yeah, I wasn't doing the lifting. I told him to get removals, but I said, or you can just carry all the stuff yourself, because he just had boxes. He didn't have any bulky furniture. But I fucking wasn't doing anything. I just got out of the car. I was just trying to stand on the footpath and I fucking slipped. It was raining on that Saturday, raining quite a bit. And I just slipped and fucking face planted. Like, Jesus. That was some nasty shit. I know, very shit compo claim. But yeah, I will definitely go on record as that's the worst fall of my life, which again shows I've never had any really bad falls in my life. But yeah, in retrospect, I was really fucking worried, like, oh man, that's my first old man fall. Like, you always hear, and it's usually people who are somewhere between 10 and 20 years older than me, people who are in the public eye, who have a fall. They're like Molly Meldrum nearly died. You get all these people who could have fucking died in these falls. You know, even Dan Andrews, he slipped on one step and utterly fucked his back. And that could have easily been me because of the fucking gutter and the footpath. So, Jesus. And that's okay. It's also not just old people. If you just have bad luck, and I remember because AZ told me this story, it was someone who was doing the same course we did, but it was after I left. So I didn't even know the guy. AZ knew the guy. And apparently he was on holidays at the coast somewhere with some friends, and they were on the shoreline. It's like a rocky shoreline, and they were just jumping between rocks, and he slipped and missed a jump, and he only fell about a meter, and he just landed badly, and a rock hit him in the base of his skull, and it fucking killed him. And god damn it, got a couple of empanadas, the payment. I know it's really funny. Like, I know, because like my son's 25, he doesn't want to live here. This is just a backup for a while till he finds a place. And but I like having him here. Like, I've missed having him around. Like, he's fun. God, he's a fucking gym guy. Like, he's not bodybuilder shaped, but he's kind of buff. And like I said, he's fucking taller than me. He's 6 foot. Raze, you smashed your head at a physical a few weeks ago. Becoming normal for falls don't seem like. Oh no, a fall, like the simplest fall can fuck you. And like I mentioned, Molly Meldrum, he was so fucking lucky. he was on a ladder trying to get something on his roof, and he fell. And okay, so like he's like 20 years older than me, and he fell like 2 meters, and it almost killed him. But he was completely incapacitated, and he was home alone. And I think he was lying there for over a day till, I don't know, his houseboy came around or something and found him. Like, he was so fucking lucky he didn't get killed by that fall. But anyway, while I talk about health and whatnot, I'm going to look up more alcohol. The Foreign Legion, Mount Gay Rum. That sounds very gay. Aperol, sherry. I mean, Framboise Fizz. The Flying Dutchman, brandy, Geneva, creme yvette, lemon juice, pineapple juice. See, again, they have the illustrations. There's a cocktail called the Flying Dutchman, and then there's the sailing ship flying down a city street. I fucking love the illustrations in this book. A fog cutter, that's a classic. Just randomly, Hemingway Daiquiri, Heirloom. Don't want a shaken one. Nothing with citrus. Brandy and creme yvette. Muddled with blueberries. Hotel National, Hotel d'Alsace. Irish whiskey, Cointreau and Benedictine. Oh, you know what? I'm willing to try that as well. Not Irish whiskey. I'm going to use my Infinity whiskey again. Half an ounce of, I'll do my blood orange liqueur. Okay, I'm going to try that. Old-fashioned variations. Oh yeah, you're talking about Molly, 2 days, a weekend. Yeah, I think you're right. It was actually 2 days. Dude is so fucking lucky that fall didn't kill him. And who was the most recent one I saw? Michael Caton, who's again at least 20 years older than me, but he had a fall that really badly hurt him, and he was saying like, yeah, it's a really big issue. He was calling it an epidemic of old people having bad falls. It was like, I don't think it qualifies as an epidemic, but I think because he is potentially very recognizable for his generation and my generation for that matter, he could be a spokesperson for be careful, you don't want to fall, it can fucking kill you. And if it doesn't kill you, it can... You know, I was going to use my blood orange liqueur, but I've got one here. I think it's from Tiny Bear. I don't remember if I bought it from Tiny Bear or if it's when I was in a random bottle subscription thing. I thought that'd be a fun flavor. Honey, ginger, and lemon liqueur. Do that. And whiskey. Because I had decided I'm not going into the office, so I don't have to get up early. Should I? I think I'll switch off my early alarm. Get up half an hour earlier on office days. Ooh, who's going to AC/DC? I heard the crowd fucking loved their first show. Oh, you're working the AC/DC concert. Oh, well. It's one way to experience it. Yeah, I just saw a few reviews for like the first AC/DC show, and it seems like everyone loves it. Greg, you've had 2 grandparents and an in-law die from complications of fall. Yeah, falls are fucking bad, man. Oh, Rez, you're doing front of stage security? Fucking great position. Although you're not supposed to be watching the band, are you? You're meant to be watching the audience. Fucking great position, though. I had that at Mardi Gras in Sydney one year, being a marshal. So I was between the crowd and the parade, just sort of trying to manage the crowd. Good line. AC/DC were huge in the 70s. Now they're in their 70s. They sure are, if not older. But what are we down to? One original member now, Angus Young. Bon died like forever ago. Malcolm Young died. Even the replacement lead singer, he had to go out because playing the shows rendered him deaf, didn't it? I'm not 100% sure, but I think Angus is the sole original member still in the band. I don't pay that close attention, so I could be wrong. Johnson lost his voice, yeah. Saying Brian Johnson is still singing? He just took a break. Oh, that's right. They had Axl Rose for a while. Yes. That's pretty fucking interesting too. Very herbal. Greg, you saw them 2015, which was awesome. Nice. I'm old enough that I could have seen them, way back in the day. If they did an all ages gig, I might have been able to get in to see Bon Scott. But I have never seen AC/DC live. Rosie John, work, being honest, can't find an excuse to get out. Soldier on, my son. Yes, I thought you meant AC/DC auto-corrected you. She said that's when you worked their concerts, Back in Black too. Oh, no, sorry, Black Ice. Oh, God, were they sponsored by Smirnoff for that tour? Okay, that's pretty good and interesting, but the Diamondback was better. Might do the Diamondback for my YouTube channel now I know I like it. There is that rage. Like you get to say you were at the concert, but two minds about seeing them this old. Oh, because so many oldies, like from the 80s, are releasing new music. Kind of funny. Yeah, they had an album called Black Ice. I feel like it's still sponsored by Smirnoff. Because I refuse to go and see it, even when they're my favorite band. Because back in the 80s, when 60s bands were doing retirement tours, I mocked them mercilessly. And that was only 20 years. These 80s bands doing shows, releasing stuff. Oh, actually, I don't mind if they're releasing music. I'll listen to it. But, touring and stuff, 40 years past their prime. Oof. Like The Cure doing it. Robert Smith looks like someone's lesbian grandma. And I say that with love. Hey, Justin, how you doing? Time flies. It was actually 2008 you saw them. Time does fly. Like some of the oldies doing music. Madness was funny. They released an album and it was not bad. I watched some of the clips on YouTube. The music was quite enjoyable. Suggs, the singer, was still doing the thing with the glasses. So that's like holding he's wearing the hat and glasses, and that's like hiding his age. You can't see his eyes or his hairline or anything. But the rest of the band were just living their best life as old fellas. So it was like Suggs, who looked very reminiscent of what he looked like in the 80s. And the rest of the band was just these old fellas. And it was like, cool, just old fellas having fun. 2015 was Rock or Bust. 2008 was the last one with Malcolm Young. Oh, yes. God, that's an old school joke, Rays. Time flies, Leonard Skinner don't. What's a more modern one, which is still old? Who was that American R&B star? She was in that freaking vampire movie, Queen of the Damned. Alia. Her plane crashed and killed everyone on it. Justin, going to miss the ACT, and it's totally inept Liberal Party, but you're getting Victoria with its totally inept Liberal Party. No, Queen Latifah's still alive. Yes, apparently the story was like, Alia couldn't say no to her entourage, and they were flying to a gig, like in the Rockies or something, in a light plane, and they put too many people and too much gear on it, crashed into the side of a mountain. Got mixed with Queen of the Damned. Yeah, there you go. Time flies, Travis Barker. Okay, this is a really niche one, and I actually have to remember his name. But it's okay. I can't remember his name. It was an Australian golfer, and it was like in the 80s. And he was walking towards a prop plane, a light aircraft that he was getting on, and I don't know, he misjudged something, and he fucking walked into the prop and cut his arm off, and he lost one eye as well. And so there was a joke about time flies. It's his watch going over Sydney. Justin, I love that you're parochial. No, the ACT Liberals are worse than Victoria. I mean, they're pretty bad. We'll see what happens with, was it like November next year, next state election? We'll see what happens. Yeah, I think, John Denver died in a plane. That's him. Oh, God, you remember it. It was Jack Newton. It's like what's gold and flies over Sydney at 100 miles an hour? Jack Newton's watch, How fucking traumatic would that be, though, for him and anyone who's there? Dude just fucking walks into the propeller. Holy shit. And, he... well, he never really bounced back, but he went back and made public appearances and stuff. But Jesus, that's so fucking full on. Actually, even talking about Queen of the Damned, I hadn't been watching the Interview with a Vampire series, even though it looked okay, but they've just done teasers for season 3, The Vampire Lestat, and holy shit, the guy playing Lestat looks hilarious. So I feel like I feel like definitely I need, because you've got them on Plex, Charlie, I need to watch The Vampire Lestat, and because just the guy who's playing Lestat in season 3. I think he was Lestat in the I assume he was Lestat in the first 2 seasons as well. But they've just really centered him for season 3, because apparently the first 2 seasons were covering the book Interview with a Vampire, and season 3 is The Vampire Lestat, and the guy playing Lestat just looks fucking hilarious. Oh God, what was that secondhand embarrassment from the walking into the propeller? Damn. Oh yeah, sorry, it's trick say, like, who walked into a proper race like that? The huge German who wanted to fist fight Indy and was just kicking the snot out of Indy. Well, it's a hell of a thing. I don't know if I will ever get over a weekend of people online making jokes about an email in the Epstein files appearing to reference Trump giving Bill Clinton a blowjob. It was just like, if I'm being completely honest, I don't believe it's real. Wait, what the fuck is this? Sorry, something really weird is happening. What's it telling me? Someone raided me on Twitch, but okay, there's no comments coming up yet. And suddenly it was like, oh, it's 69, dude. Nice. It's like someone raided me from Twitch, but no, there's okay. Are we doing? Is it one of these things where the comments are getting frozen? I don't know, but it would be funny if they just came in just as I was talking about Donald Trump giving Bill Clinton a blowjob and just going, "Who the fuck is this guy?" It's just a guy who chats shit, makes cocktails, and speculates. Did Donald Trump give Bill Clinton a blowjob? No, he didn't. It's not real. Therese, can't wait to be able to watch your favorite Christmas movie, Batman Returns. What was I? It was weird how many of the movies I watched this weekend turned out to be Christmas movies. There were Christmas scenes in them. Everyone loves a Christmas movie. And I bet Foxtel are going to super push hard how to make gravy this Christmas. So they released it last Christmas. And it's not terrible. I think it's a good adaptation of, considering it's just a song and they had to flesh it out. I think they did a pretty good job. But I'm betting Foxtel's trying to make people make it an annual thing. Okay, all the people from Twitch just disappeared. What the fuck was that? Was that just someone on Twitch messing with me? Are we going to get a Twitch person pop up now and say, hey, did you see all those viewers? I got them for you. If you pay me, I can get them for you all the time. Okay, I've made a prediction. Let's see if I'm right. There you go. Trump didn't give Clinton a blowjob, but did stroke his balls. Well, if you're doing it properly, got to work the shaft and stroke the balls. So I've been told. Oh yeah, I pay you in booze, man. Raise you hungry. Okay? So what's it like? Is it 6 or 7 p.m. there now? Can't be going to get food though. Damn. Although I went to trouble and cooked something tonight. I do so many microwave meals, prepackaged meals sent to me. So it's 6. Okay, so we're 3 hours different. Okay. I always get confused. I thought it was 3 hours in summer. Okay, as much as I enjoyed those 2 boozy drinks, and I'm not going into the office tomorrow, working from home, so I can compensate for various things. I should be vaguely responsible. I am set to all comments. Wait, okay, I'm trying to think where the control is now. Okay. Okay, I'm just really quickly checking some things here. What was that? Animated emotes? No, I don't care. Oh god, I'm not even logged in on Twitch. Okay, all right. Forget that. I don't even remember my Twitch password. But YouTube sometimes randomly fucking blocks comments. Okay, calm down, YouTube. I think it is just doing. Okay, it defaults to top chat. Show me all chat. God damn it. God damn it. Oh god, that funny top fans thing. That's maybe a thing for big streams. People competing to be the top fan. I don't really think it's a thing for me. Twitchy Sega, is it password? I mean, probably. I actually have mnemonics for remembering passwords. I have like a base hash and then mnemonics for particular sites. And that's vague enough that it will not help anyone guess my passwords. Like most of my passwords are 12 or more characters. It will depend on the site. Combination 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Same combination on your luggage. There you go. I still think it's hilarious. You get in some chat things. This was like Reddit jokes and 4chan jokes about how, like, hey, you know, if I type my password like this, it gets obscured, and then they just put all asterisks in, and a whole bunch of people went, yeah, it works. And then suddenly you start seeing what are obvious passwords come up. Some people got suckered by the joke and have then showed everyone their password. So it's like, God damn it. All right, I think we're on the verge of the opposition Conservative Party actually being one nation as the Liberal Party collapses and the Conservatives from the Liberal Party just go, yeah, let's just join one nation. And we end up with a fucking permanent Labor government. Doesn't seem like a good system to me. I'm just throwing it out there. The funniest thing was, speaking of Nazis, was it Blair Cottrell? No. Who's the Nazi leader? Who's in court and was in jail for a while, and oh yeah, you put your stuff in jukebox. I don't have Discord open. I should have Discord open. Tom Sewell. So Grasswell, yes, that's the thing. Like, he's suddenly released from custody, and what I love, and it was lefties stirring up shit like, well, my theory's confirmed Tom Sewell is an ASIO plant. It's just like sowing dissent among the Nazis. But again, Sewell is obviously giving people up to the cops. It's hilarious watching Nazis eat themselves. Okay, what bangers did we get on jukebox? The Primitives. Yeah, the Primitives are good. Oh, the Motels, Total Control. That's one from my youth. Stephanie Mills last night. Well, it's got someone in a bikini. I'm on board with that. Oh, God, PhD, I Won't Let You Down. Jesus, I remember that. That was on Countdown for ages. My Sex down the line. Okay, that is a long way down my list of My Sex songs. What would be my first My Sex songs be? It Only Hurts When I'm Laughing, Blue Day. I mean, honestly, even Computer Games and People, their breakthrough ones from when they were doing the alien shtick. I quite enjoyed those songs. Space Race. That was the. I think I have Space Race on vinyl. I think. I'm sure I showed that in my vinyl collection at one point. Justin, one political party has existed continuously since Federation, the Australian Labor Party. Everyone else comes together. It is interesting. The Conservatives regularly collapse and reform. And there was this moment we thought, oh, is the Labor Party going to collapse because the Conservative Catholic wing of the Labor Party split off, forming the Democratic Labor Party, which disappeared without it. Bob Santamaria disappeared without a trace after a few years. But yeah, there was that period where people thought, oh, is the Labor Party going to disappear because their conservative Catholic wings split off? But yeah, Democratic Labour Party was just a flash in the pan. But yeah, the Conservatives have fucking crested and crashed repeatedly since the Federation. I was going to say the 20s, just like as Juzzy puts it, Federation. That's the way to say it. So, yeah, because Menzies only invented the Liberal Party in the 50s, I think. When did they start? Yeah, I'm on the internet so I can look it up. 44, there you go, the 40s. Yeah, and because Menzies got jack of the other Conservatives, and he said, no, you know what? Everyone who doesn't like Labour, join me. I love it. Their initial thing, like whenever you hear some right-wing cockhead now say, I'm a classic liberal, they're referring to this conservative ideology, small L liberalism, which is like the individual. They were rejecting the Labour idea of socialization and collectivism, unions, etc. There is no doubt Robert Menzies would not like what the modern Liberal Party is, because they are constantly interfering in individual rights, and they're just being stooge for large corporate interests, which is exactly what Menzies didn't want. I mean, I disagree with Menzies' opposition to unionization and collectivism. But he had a shit ton more integrity than the modern Liberal Party. Rays, you reckon it's end of days? Roth 1. Oh, sorry. That confused me. I thought you were just making an apocalyptic statement. We are facing end of days. You're talking about the Arnie film End of Days. You think it's one of the best New Year's Eve movies. And that's fine. I don't think I've ever watched End of Days beginning to end, actually. Get Crazy is your favorite New Year's Eve movie? Don't think I have a... It's a Daniel Stern movie? Okay. I don't think I have a favorite New Year's Eve movie. Possibly if you sounded off a few more, there might be one that's mine. Is Malcolm McDowell's the lead in Get Crazy, isn't he? Sorry, his End of Days is pretty good. Godfather 2. Oh, do they do New Year's Eve on Godfather 2? Okay, I need to rewatch Godfather 2 because Godfather 1 is one of my all-time favorites, but so many people prefer Godfather 2. I was like, okay. But that's like, you're investing 6 hours of your life to watch those two. So I definitely want to do it at some time. I just think original Godfather is perfectly structured. It's an incredible film. But yeah, so many people prefer Godfather 2. I think I need to watch it. Okay, so Daniel Stern is more the lead in Get Crazy. Okay. I just feel like I remember a poster or the cover of the VHS that had Malcolm McDowell on it, but I could be wrong. Oh, yes, the Fredo scene. That's Cuba New Year's Eve. Oh, I know it was you, Fredo. Oh, third is such a letdown. It's kind of okay in its own right, but Jesus, following 1 and 2, it's such a letdown. Okay, here's my hot take about the original Godfather, which I fucking love. The whole bit with Michael in Italy, you could cut that out without detracting from the movie, which would make the movie half an hour shorter, which would probably be a good thing. That is my hottest take about the original Godfather, which I fucking love. You didn't really need the Michael in Italy stuff. I get if you're patient, it's all about storytelling and building, and it's good. The Michael in Italy stuff is good. But I honestly think you could cut it out without suffering too much. You didn't like the cousin incest in the Godfather 3? Oh God, yeah, okay. I've actually read Mario Puzo's book, yeah, Godfather. It's a good book. Actually, there's also the series that's on Prime about the production of The Godfather. It's called The Offer, and it's based on the memoir of the producer of it. And it wasn't really successful, but I quite liked it. If you like The Godfather, watch The Offer, because it was apparently extremely difficult to get the movie made. Johnny Fontaine's bigger in the book here. Plus, Jesus, there's the whole sequence of the woman who thinks her vagina is too big and loose and finds out Sonny Corleone has a massive dick, and this is referenced in the book. But then she ends up like working with a gynecologist who does some surgery on her vagina. Very weird discourse on that. The Offer is on Prime, Amazon Prime. Yes, Kid's mother. That is such a weird bit of discourse in the book. The woman who thinks her vagina is too large and loose. It's like, okay. But Sonny having a monster cock is referenced visually, relatively subtly, in the movie. So, oh my God. And there's a thing that doesn't really happen in the movie. So, Vito Corleone's unstoppable bodyguard until he's stopped, Luca Brasi. You get more about Luca Brasi in the book, and how he's just this complete psycho who's unwaveringly dedicated to protecting the Don. And then at one point they go, Michael needs a Luca Brasi, and they get this character, and this guy is a fucking whack job. He's not in the movies at all. That's the thing they did bother putting in the movies, but a bit more Luca Brasi backstory in the books, and the idea of Michael needing his own Luca Brasi, and the character he gets, who's an ex-cop, is just like fucking whack. So, Rose, you've heard the stories on To Make It, the Gambinis and shit, only happen to dictate. Well, that stuff is in it, and it's really interesting. I think Rose, I reckon you'd really like The Offer. Not sure if Charlie has it on Plex, if you watch stuff on Charlie's Plex, but it's on Prime Video. And I've seen a lot of people shit talk it. I haven't seen many people say it's good. I mean, I quite enjoyed it. I thought it was interesting how they told the story. You got Prime, yeah, look it up. Absolutely worth it. I reckon you'll like it. The fun bit of backstory is the guy who produced the Godfather. He got his break in Hollywood. He was basically behind the creation of Hogan's Heroes, which is wild. And also the character, the real life producer, Robert Evans, he's in The Offer. Robert Evans was such a crazy person. He was the epitome of like 70s Hollywood and did so much cocaine. So much cocaine. My God. But the guy who does Robert Evans is really good. But yeah, the stuff about having to work with the actual mob is fascinating. Tricia, is Light of Day any good? I don't think I know what that is, let alone not seen it. What is Light of Day? Has a good cast. Well, we're on the internet. I can look it up. Light of Day. 1987 film? Oh, that's Michael J. Fox as a rock star. Joan Jett does some music in it. I think that's going to be really 80s and kind of. Jesus Christ, Bruce Springsteen wrote the theme song. Joan Jett and Michael J. Fox do it in their fictitious band, The Barbusters. Yeah. I think I never watched it. It's always struck me as kind of average. So Rays gives you a good amount of time to add it, like a diary type deal. Yeah. Well, it's not a super long series, like it's a limited series, maybe 6 1-hour episodes. But just the insight into 70s Hollywood and the difficulties they had. And what a difficult character Mario Puzo was, because he wrote a really good novel, but he'd never written a script, and he was really thinking. So he's saying, fun fact, you've got a book written for the day you die to be released at some point. Oh my God. Okay. Oh, good. You know what you made me think of? Okay. The hands down best Australian TV series ever made, and it's not even close, is Mr. In Between, about the hitman Ray Shoesmith. And that was originally done as a short. The original idea was fleshed out in a short film called The Magician. And I'm not sure if you can see it on YouTube. I've seen bits of it. I haven't watched the whole thing, but it actually starts with the hitman being interviewed. And the real kicker is he's got an agreement with the filmmakers. They'll only release this film after he's dead. And that is a great setup. Oh, yeah, no. The Magician was a real hitman. There is definitely some real underworld shit inspiring the character of Ray Shoesmith. But yeah, the setup of the film The Magician, which is made to look like a documentary, but the setup of him saying to them on camera, you agree you'll only release this if I'm dead. So it's set up, and I haven't watched it all, so I don't actually know how to resolve, but it's set up, the suggestion is he must be dead because we're seeing the film. But the series, which runs for 3 or 4 seasons, no argument whatsoever, by far the best Australian TV series ever. It's so good. The Magician disappeared when a kid went missing. Whoops. Yeah, but the depth they give the character of Ray in Mr. In Between is really good. Hello, Abigail. How are you this evening? You find us talking about fictional hitmen that may or may not have been inspired by real hitmen. And no, we're not talking about Pat. Although I swear to God, now I want to write a script of, the smiling assassin. Someone who looks like Pat, who is actually a hitman, and he never gets caught because he's the least likely person to be the most ruthless hitman in the underworld scene. Like, he doesn't kill civilians. he only kills crims who've got out of line. And because he's just so jovial and whatnot. Oh, yes. A picture of Pat. I think you could work that in. I'd want to work it into the background or something. It's just like, like the character has a bunch of things stuck on his fridge, and somewhere on the fridge, a picture of Pat on his chair in the shed. But yes, the smiling assassin would be this benevolent, smiling Buddha-looking guy. And it's like the last thing crims who've crossed the line see is that smile. Yeah, Rays, do a short film about the smiling assassin. Just have to flesh it out a bit. What sort of kills would he do? It's just like, you just got to be super friendly when you get to him. Abigail, you were joking with a friend today, retelling the story of Medusa, except it's feminist. Her powers literally and only work on men. Turn them to stone. Well, I think even traditionally, there is a very feminist telling of the Medusa legend because she was wronged. She was very much wronged. Fish and chips for A's, hungry as fuck. I mean, I say there's a good fish and chip place near me. It's changed hands multiple times in the last 10 years. And I actually have not had food from there since the most recent change of ownership, which was in the last 6 months. Gonna have to go back. Oh, but on the warmer days, there's a thing Mrs. Angry and I like to do because there's a park near there as well. So on those warm summer evenings, go for a walk to the park, then walk to the fish and chip shop, get fish and chips, and sit in the park and eat them. It's good. Yeah, Rays, have your feed. I'm going to be on for like, I don't know, another half hour. So Abigail, a woman just hanging out with a bunch of sailors being turned to stone, hanging out with Medusa, chatting. Cool hair. Who are these douchebags? Yeah. You know what? I still feel far too coherent. Maybe do one more views. I think might go back to my original idea and do some Baron Jaeger. Or, you know what? I was looking at cocktail books. I got a couple of good ones from PDF. PDT, I should say. Jeez. Fuck. Okay. I'm trying very hard to fuck my life up there. PDF is file type. PDT is the bar. Jesus Christ, what the fuck was that about? Honestly. Not that I paid a lot for this glass, but I didn't want to break it. I think I got it from a $2 shop. Okay. Get the big book, the one that looks like a Bible. PDF is Trump. What am I missing there? It would be embarrassing to smash stuff on a live stream. Sorry, what did I watch? Say again? Ooh, overhead smash, just randomly opening. A Simo. Strawberry, cucumber, gin, no, I don't want anything with citrus in it. Gin, phenolurnum, liqueur, lime juice. A pretty bird, gin, Creole. No, Queen Palm. Wait, okay, I think this actually categorizes drinks. Bitters, garnishes, ice, building a drink, Should sit down and read this book again. It's got so much good stuff in here. Not just recipes. Ooh, a Sazerac. What are we doing? Oh, the stars are shaking. Lord Jerez. Tastings. Tasting and evaluating cocktails. Such a good book, honestly. Flavor Buddies. Winter menu. Wait, the conference. Didn't I remember like that? Rye, bourbon, Calvados, cognac. Yeah, okay. So it's rye, and then bourbon, and then Calvados, then brandy, and okay. And syrup, bitters, mole. I'm gonna make that one. I'm sure I like that one when I made it. I still haven't put anything in the book, Abigail. I'll do it at some point. You meant washed it. The PP-doo-doo file. Oh, yes. No, I did actually put that glass through the dishwasher. Very good memory that I wanted to do that. Classics. Got a diamond back in here. Gin. Okay, gin. Okay, I go through to whiskey. Gin stirred. Rum shaken. Rum stirred. Do we want to do a stirred one? White rum. Aged rum. Bekarovka. Wait, did I get Bekarovka? I think I did. A recipe with Bekarovka. I'm going to do that because I got some. Okay. White rum, aged rum, and Bekarovka. Big question is there's the Bekarovka. Where did I put the Bekarovka? It's front and center. Okay. Okay, Bekarovka. Czech Republic spirit or liqueur. White rum. White rum or white rum, white rum. What white rums do we have? What fucking white rums do we have? Now I'm just going to put my favorite rum in here. It's so weird, I don't have any white rums there. Okay, this rum, Diplomatico Reserva. Put the Bekarovka back. We got the husk. White rum. All right. So that's all. What's okay? All right. Oh, okay. Sitting Dune. Here's the deal. Next time we play, if you ever put anything in it, you're going to draw something artistic on the third page, dick and balls on around the page, which is fine. Hey, Shadow. Shadow Fox Girl. Hello. How are you? Yeah, I've already got the plan. Look, honestly, I'm taking 3 weeks leave in December. Maybe I can pledge to start writing stuff in it. I used to do, my top 10s from the last couple of years. Like, I know exactly what to put in. No. I am never drinking beer, Shadow Foxy Girl. I am always drinking cocktails. Never beer. I am not a beer person. This is a rum and herbal liqueur thing, which I've never had before. I'm just trying it. Shadow Foxy Girl, if that's the same from your perspective, that's fine. That needs to be sweetened. I'm calling it for my palate. Make it a bit of an old-fashioned. Just a splash of my sugar syrup in it. That's plenty. And that's just about my palate. Okay. Sitting down. Yes, I always wear cocktail shirts. Yes. I started getting these shirts during COVID lockdowns, like back in 2020. And now I've got like 50 of them. I've got 50 different shirts with cocktail themes, done in very different styles. And I wear these to work as well. Work in a government office, and my boss is fine with me wearing cocktail themed shirts at work, so I do it. Yeah, that's better. For my palate, anyway. It's all happening. I do love my cocktails, hence the thing saying cocktail enthusiast. Don't claim to be a cocktail professional. Never done it as a job. It's hard work. But I do love doing it at home. Cocktails make you super drunk. This little drink here is about 2 beers worth of alcohol. Or a pint of a strong beer. Yeah, so that cocktail is 2 different rums and herbal liqueur that comes from the Czech Republic. Well, I love it. So you're saying one cocktail is 3 beers. I do like to think of, I steal the line from my favorite podcast, the Blind Boy podcast. He's an Irish podcaster, comedian, musician. And he referred to cocktails as mindful drinking. I mean, it doesn't have to be mindful drinking, but given that if you're buying cocktails, they're usually expensive. Even if you're making it at home, it's expensive. So you take the time and you sip. Shadow Foxy, how's it in Australia? Okay, so Strictly Sega had nice here. We had rain here, but we don't. You're right. We don't have anyone shutting down governments. Last drama we had that was 1975. We sound funny. What? Just our accents are funny, or you literally mean we sound like we might be funny and humorous people? And which again begs the question. I'm sure because you said you've been here before. You've told me before from or whence you are. Funny in the head. Yeah, that's fair, actually, Sega. So, but I've forgotten. Yes, and Abigail's pegged me on the funny looking as well. Where in the world are you, Shadow Foxy Girl? Oh my god, that's so fucking yummy. Wait, literally mean my accent? I love the way you're spelling it. You're an American living in Japan. Okay, nice. I just love how you wrote that out phonetically. That's always funny to me. Like everyone thinks they sound normal and everyone else has an accent. But of course, everyone who's not from where you're from, you have an accent. Kenichi fucking wa, mate. Yeah. It's the whole thing. My offspring are very into Japan and Japanese culture and speak Japanese. My daughter more so than my son, but my son does too. So I'm always on if I I win lotto, I'll shout everyone to a big holiday in Japan, but they have to be my translators. So Shadow Fox, you got Australia, close to Japan. Yeah, it's well again geographically, Australia is much closer to Japan than Europe or the United States. We are down here in Southeast Asia, essentially. Um, but yeah, it is not that far away. I've only ever stayed in Japan as an overnight sort of stopover from a flight. So I didn't really see Japan. Do want to do it sometime, not least because I love cocktails and Japanese cocktail bartenders are fucking legendary. Go to those really little bars where the bartender attends to you very personally. We have no war. I don't know. We kind of get involved in wars whenever America wants us to, essentially. From Vietnam onwards. Like, we sent troops to Afghanistan and we just do it. I mean, but I do feel like it's relatively peaceful here, quite honestly. You want to move here because you're scared of war? I mean, maybe go to New Zealand. Fighting for Australia is like two countries fighting over one Pacific. It's a great turn of phrase. Yeah, no, if you want to retreat, I think the best place in the world to retreat from a global collapse is probably New Zealand. Lots of fresh water and things to eat. Spiders and snakes scary. We do admittedly have a lot of spiders and snakes, and they're a bit scary, but I don't think anyone's died from a spider bite since the 80s because we have antivenoms. I also don't think anyone's died from a snake bite since the 80s. I'm not sure though. Hey, Nog, how are you going? I'm going to last snake bite death Australia auto completed. Oh God. Okay. No, sorry. One happened this year. Okay. So apparently they happen all the time, like once or twice a year. So there was one this year. There was one the previous year. Wikipedia has a list of fatal snake bites in Australia. Jesus. First recorded one was in 1867. Jesus. Apparently it just keeps fucking happening. Okay. But recent history. Okay. So I don't think there's been a spider bite fatality since the 80s, but yeah, no, we get one or two snake bite fatalities every year. So I stand corrected on that. That's dangerous. I think most Australians are suitably wary of snakes. Kangaroos are funny. Like you get those pictures of really buff looking kangaroos, and it's true, they look like that. But kangaroos will not go anywhere near you unless you fuck with them. You only get fights with the animals in the fringe areas, in the country areas and whatnot. Shark attacks happen more often than anything. They happen a couple times a year. Oh no, Dr. Abigail needs emotional support chocolate. Don't we all, at various times in our life, need emotional support chocolate? Okay, for my palate, that drink was actually much better with a bit of my spiced apple sugar syrup in it. Because it was like rum with a slightly bitter liqueur. It has slightly bitter taste, so sweetening it a little bit, I get all the herbal flavors, but it's not actually bitter, or it is less bitter at least, which I appreciate. Trixie, you think we don't like the animals except emus? Well, it's like now I found this place in Melbourne where I can take visitors and go, oh, do you want uniquely Australian? You go here, they have food. They have crocodile, emu, wallaby, kangaroo. You can eat all the native animals. We did famously have a war against emus where our army tried to take on some emus, and effectively the emus lost. Now, I think wombats are protected. You can't eat wombats. Don't think you can eat possum either. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if this place has its menu online. It has an interesting name, Black Kite Commune. Named after a bird, apparently. So we go the food menu at Black Kite Commune. Okay. Wild Australian olives. Chips, Jerusalem artichoke. Oh, wild venison. Oh, the wild boar croquettes are really good. The wallaby pies are really good. They have crumbed and spiced barramundi bites. That's fish. Salt bush fried crocodile pieces. That's really good. It's like popcorn chicken, except it was popcorn crocodile. Barbecue charred king prawns. Grilled emu. That was pretty good. It's way more like pork than chicken. Mountain pepper kangaroo kofta, which is a type of skinless sausage. That was pretty good too. And then lamb chops, which is what. Oh, and their venison and beef burger is really fucking good, honestly. But yeah, there you go. You can get wild pig, wallaby, kangaroo, emu, crocodile at this one place. Pretty classy. Yes, the emus won the emu war, in as much as the army found it very difficult to kill more than a couple of emus, which was very funny. Admittedly, there were no casualties on the human side, but the idea was they were going to try and eradicate these emus that the farmers said were damaging their crops. Didn't work. They did not get many emus at all. Norga reminds you, podcast you listen to that had shit about the Emu War. Parody of the famous flag raising on Iwo Jima, but it's emus celebrating victory at Emu Jima, 1932. Yeah, that was over in Western Australia. It was very funny. It just it was very rough terrain, and it turned out emus are really fast. And if you start shooting at them, they fucking... Yeah, there was like a comedy movie a couple of years ago, the Emu War. I'm not sure that it's any good. I haven't watched it. It's trying to be sort of farcical and absurdist, not at all realistic. I'm not sure it's any good. I haven't seen it. But yeah, just the funny thing of, you'd think it'd be straightforward. Like, oh, farmers say there's all these emus damaging their crops. And the government actually said, well, this is important to the economy. We'll send the army in to shoot them all. You'd think it'd be pretty straightforward. They're flightless birds. The army could just shoot them all. They did not do very well. The army did not do very well at all. I think most observers agree the Emu War won by the emus, in as much as the human army completely failed to meet their stated objectives. Oh, Charlie, I meant to ask you, did Soph actually start watching that long lost family show on iView? Because Mrs. Angry's fucking obsessed by it. She just keeps watching. Also, I am super susceptible to emotional manipulation. And that show's all about emotional manipulation. Man, I'll tear up at a father-son razor ad. Like I am so easily manipulated emotionally. Let alone really emotional thing like the opening of Up or the final scene of The Iron Giant. But yeah, so this thing about people who've been adopted trying to find things and telling these terribly sad stories, instantly gets to me and fucks me up, honestly. So I did ask yesterday, couldn't find a copy to download. It's been watching pretty much Hunger Games. Just ABC iView. You can just go on the internet and just watch ABC iView for free because our tax dollars pay for it. Oh yeah, no, Iron Giant is a fantastic film. It's incredibly entertaining and fun, and parody of like Cold War paranoia and whatnot. Yeah, no, it's too late. So he started me on the Iron Giant. Yeah, no, I got to say Superman. It's the two things. It's not the absolute final scene, but it's the kid, uh, the callback to the kid saying, "I go, you stay, no following," and then just saying Superman. And neither of those mean anything out of context. They don't mean anything if you haven't watched the movie. But when you watch the movie, and the robot, the Iron Giant, does those callbacks, it's fucking heart wrenching. It's incredible. It's like there's a lot in it that's fun and lightweight and silly and entertaining. And there's the whole thing about the Iron Giant, the robot trying to find his identity, and his like epic line is "I am not a gun." And there's so many fun characters. Harry Connick Jr. as this beatnik artist. Fucking Jennifer Aniston as the single mum of this boy. She's working as a waitress. It's so good. And the guy who's this twisted sort of CIA guy who's a fucking loser. But it's just also, while being a really deep, moving, involving story, there's also a lot of really fun, slapsticky jokes all the way through it. And lots of warnings about weapons and militaristic overreaction to things and what really matters. Safa, is it currently raining? I can't hear it, but I wouldn't necessarily hear rain from here. So let me consult the Bureau. What's happening? Hello, Madam Butterfly. Lovely as always to see you. Or, well, not really seeing you, but I'm hearing from you. So I'm seeing you in my mind, where all the fun stuff happens in my mind. What's the map look like? Holy shit. Okay. I think it's probably rain. Look, let's see if this goes. This is the map of rain at the moment. Look at that. I think it's probably raining. I can't hear it, but that's pretty fucking serious rain, quite honestly. So Ian was saying he had a shift at his work today, and he took an umbrella that was near the door, and he noticed it was actually broken, and he said, "Should I just swap it for one that's sitting at work that's not broken?" And I'm like, "Yes, steal work umbrellas, definitely." So how do I feel this morning? Fine, because I didn't even drink that much or go that late. The real question is, how do I feel on Saturday morning after staying up till 1 a.m. and drinking a bit? Not too much. I did not drink too much on Friday night. In the morning and up to lunchtime, I felt like, oh, I'm probably going to need to have a nap and whatnot. But I wasn't tired at all in the afternoon and evening. So it's all good. Oh, more music feeds. I definitely need to know what you've been posting. So what did you post? Wow, that's so many. Okay, so after my sex, the Village People, Jesus. Don Johnson. These are all phone songs. What the fuck? Stacey Hughes, Screaming in My Pillow. Duran Duran, okay, that's a Duran Duran song I don't know. Fergal Sharkey, You Little Thief. I like he recorded stuff as a singer under an act called The Assembly that had Vince Clarke, who was he was a founding member of Depeche Mode, but he left, and then was with Alison Moyet in Yazoo, and then he was with another like gay disco guy, Erasure. But Fergal Sharkey singing Never Never for The Assembly, I really like. But Fergal Sharkey's solo stuff was good. Eric T and the Skis, Flying High. I do not know that one. I think Young Mr. Angry just the work umbrella bucket won't know what hit it tomorrow. So apparently where he works, there's just a bucket with just umbrellas people have abandoned. And he's just like, yeah, I'm just going to fucking steal umbrellas. And I'm like, do it, my man, do it. Discovering 80 songs you don't know. Like, okay, so for reals. So if I go on my YouTube music app, it auto generates playlists for me. And there'll be one that will be 80s stuff. They'll all be themed. So look at the mix. There's the super mix, which is everything. Okay. Mix 2 is like contemporary Australian. It's saying like, for example, it's got Amy Shark, Hilltop Hoods, Katie Baker, Tones and I. Mix 1, 80. Okay, this is the one I need to read to you. Mix 1, Manic Street Preachers, The Cure, Style Council. Mix 3 is contemporary stuff, Chapel Roan, Billie Eilish, Benson Boone. Mix 4, that's kind of like 90s, noughties, 90s Avalanches, Sinead O'Connor, Utah Saints, that's 90s. Mix 7, it's got 9 Inch Nails, Low X. Oh, God, that's like some industrial techno stuff. That's techno. Mix 5, DJ Shadow, Andrew WK, Mighty Boss Tones. Mix 6, oh, that's my Motown mix. Four Tops, Marvin Gaye, etc. But okay, you want 80s. Let's see if we can find an 80s song you don't like in my auto-generated 80s mix. So, so to be fair, this is 80s and 90s. Debaser, The Pixies. If you tolerate this, your children will be next. Manic Street Preachers. Lorelei, The Pogues. Our Favourite Shop, The Style Council. Enola Gay, Orchestral Manoeuvres in the Dark. Town Called Malice, The Jam. Linger, The Cranberries. Hole of the Moon, Water Brothers. Waterboys. Suedehead, Morrissey. It's My Life, Talk, West End Girls. Pet Shop Boys. Big Mouth Strikes Again, The Smiths. 1979, Smashing Pumpkins. Just Like Heaven, The Cure. Poison Arrow, ABC. Imitation of Life, REM. I love the clip for Imitation of Life by REM because it's this 8-second clip that they just go play it forward, then play it backwards, and they scan into details. And so it's really low res. It's just a really good clip. Okay, Morrissey is kind of shit after the Smiths, but that one track, Suede Head, which is a reference to a pulpy book that was published in the 60s. It was very sensationalizing skinhead stuff, but it's got a lot of references to James Dean. That's Morrissey's best solo track, and that was like his first solo track. But we got More Than This, Roxy Music, Bohemian Like You, Dandy Warhols, Shout to the Top, which is the best Style Council song, Dreams by Cranberries, Cigarettes and Alcohol, Oasis, Sometimes James. These was super weird. These songs are repeating. Stepping Out, Joe Jackson. That's actually 70s, I think. Message in a Bottle, The Police. There's a Light That Never Goes Out. Maybe the best Smith song. God, Rick Astley's in there. Never Gonna Give You Up. Not a favorite of mine. Poison Arrow, ABC. Shiny Happy People, REM. All Right, Supergrass. West End Girls, Pet Shop Boy. It really is these fucking... What is with this thing fucking repeating? There She Goes, The Lars, which is a great pop song. Birdhouse in Your Soul, There Might Be Giants. Don't Look Back in Anger, Oasis. Ooh, Don't Leave Me This Way, The Communards. I love The Communards. That was Jimmy Somerville after the Brodsky beat. Bizarre Love Triangle, New Order. Oblivious, Aztec Camera. Our House, Madness, Tonight, that was Smashing. It's good. This is like 80s and 90s, basically. It's quite good. Yes. So you're right. Imitation of Life shows the whole scene at the start. It's really only about 8 seconds of video, and then it just keeps zooming in at bits, and it plays backwards. And you realize at whole different points, people in it had being given a thing to do. It's an amazing clip. I just really recommend, if you've never seen the video clip for REM's Imitation of Life, it's really worth watching because it's a really clever bit of creative work. You're right, actually, Strict Sega. I think those were all kind of safe bets. Every now and then I remember something quite obscure from like the 80s and stuff. Okay, and I literally just thought of one. Will it show up? Because they don't have anything. I think I just thought of something they won't have. Yeah, it's a really obscure thing that I think I have on vinyl. An Australian act called Golf Club with a track called India, which I really liked, and it did not show up. Oh well. Did I know that? Are you asking, Sega? Are you asking? Did I know the songs that you posted? I was unfamiliar with most of the songs you posted. Bow Wow Wow, man, they had a moment in the song. Was it I Like Candy? Was this other song Bow Wow Wow? It was like, my mama told me if I was goody, she would buy me a rubber doll. Funky Everybody, you'll never forgive Michael Stipe for corrupting Natalie Merchant. What did Michael Stipe do to Natalie Merchant? I don't know. You have managed to come up with something more obscure than anything I know, Dr. Abigail. So congratulations. But if I look at my super mix, which is like everything, which is like it's got Amy Shark, who's probably my number one contemporary artist. Worst Day of My Life, Placebo, Every You, Every Me, 90s. Billy Bragg, Sexuality, 80s. Briggs Here, which I fucking love, that's contemporary. Peking Duck, High, contemporary. Go-Betweens, Bachelor Kisses, 80s. Hilltop Hoods, Clark Griswold, contemporary. Smith's This Charming Man, 80s. AB Original, King Billy Coke Bottle, was contemporary. Spacey Jane, contemporary. Lime Cordiale, contemporary. Cranberries, 80s. Dean Lewis, contemporary. The Rubens, I think that's kind of 2000s. Flume, let's go into contemporary. A Cure, 80s. Jesus Mary Chain, 80s. Manic Street Preachers, 90s. Pogues, 80s. The National, that's either 90s or 2000s. Blood Buys Ohio, I love that song. It's a stand up straight in the summer. It's a, I was carried to Ohio in a sort of bees. So Michael Stipe dated and he corrupted her with his penis. Oh, because she was queer and he corrupted her with a penis. I'll never forgive people who corrupt people with penises, honestly. The New Radicals, I think that's comparing. Lord is contemporary. Smiths, 80s. R.E.M., 80s. Waterboys, 80s. Halsey, contemporary. Tame Impala, contemporary. Rat Cat, I think Rat Cat is 80s. Foo Fighters, 90s. Black Keys, 90s. Two Door Cinema Clubs, maybe contemporary. Chapel Roan, contemporary. Rubber Bandits is like 2000s. Lars is 90s. Stranglers is 80s. Killers is 90s. Billy Bragg, 80s. Last Dinner Party, I think, is contemporary. It's Immaterial is 80s. So when I have a shit ton of 80s stuff in my stuff. Oh, also, okay, say, Charlie, here's one. If you don't know It's Immaterial, look up some It's Immaterial albums, particularly the album Life's Hard, Then You Die, which is 80s. If you've never heard it, I really quite like that album. So Tingles was 89, but the album was 90. Okay. The funny thing, when Rat Cat were doing their debut album, they had a bunch of songs that they quite liked, and the studio said, nah. The record label went, nah. And they said, okay, we just want to release an EP. And they released a 4-track, I think it was a 4-track EP called Tingles, and it had 2 of their biggest ever hits, Don't Go Now and That Ain't Bad, which just goes to show the record labels don't know shit. I think my favorite's That Ain't Bad. It's just like everyone tells me you're terrible. And it's such a cute, sort of naive song. They told me that you were a bad, bad person. You seem all right to me. So, okay, Don't Go Now was on the album, actually. Okay. That Ain't Bad was on Tingles. Such a good song. And it's just kind of so cute and naive, because it's like saying everyone is telling me that you're bad, but you don't seem that bad to me. Yeah, That Ain't Bad. That's their 2 bangers. That Ain't Bad and I love you. Yeah, I love you. That ain't bad. They had their brief flash in the pan and then disappeared. The music industry is fickle. Noogie channeling Michael Jackson there. Bad, who's bad? Not Michael Jackson, really. Honestly, let's get real. In the Selling, Craig Matheson said, wrote, That Ain't Bad. Simple attempt to mix noisy guitars and words I love you in a song. You thought it was funny. Coming to the third. It was a funny, cute song. I liked it. Anyway, it's after 10 o'clock. So I'm going to go to bed. And I got my cherries. Much as, oh my God, this is so yummy. Much as released Epstein files seem to suggest Trump was literally gargling Clinton's balls, I'm gargling these cherries. Fucking yum. So good. So good. So yummy. All right. I'm going to be on for a while. Next stream is probably Wednesday night. Yeah, I think we had a good weekend this weekend. See, it's just like Friday, Saturday, Sunday. It was just chill and a fun time. I hope it stops. So it's it's getting way better. And like I said, I unwrapped it today, and it is still fucked up. It needs to be strapped up for a while yet. Honey Trumpskate. There was a reference in an email, and I think it was between Epstein and his brother, that seemed to reference they had a picture of Trump giving Bill Clinton a blowjob. It's not true, but it's what I think is funny is Trump is so unhinged and descending into dementia. People repeating this, definitely false rumor, would maybe send him over the edge. It's just funny because he's fucked. Anyway, going to bed now, you fine and funky people. If you're around, we'll be doing streams later in the week, but I will say bye for now. Bye.
You are totally